can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two f***s, but I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
Hi everyone, it's me, Tiffany Gomez, probably better known as the Crazy Plane Lady.
I just want to start the video off by saying to leave my girl alone. She's going through a lot right now, and my future wife really doesn't like all the attention she's gotten online. But if you want to pull a baddie like that, use this card trick. For this, we're going to have somebody pick any card they want. Let's say they happen to pick that one. That card gets placed in the middle of the deck, squared up perfectly fine, and the cards go inside of the card box. The participant is then instructed to hold the cards in their hand and imagine that card turning over. And of course, when a participant opens up the deck and looks at the cards, guess what, my friends? One card is turned over and it's their card. Now at this point, you could proceed into a different trick, but you tell the participant, I'll tell you what, hold the cards in your hand one more time. And you have the participant holding the deck in their own hand, and you say, I'll tell you what, for the next trick, we don't need the jokers. So could you imagine the jokers turning face up? And of course, the participants do that. And when they spread the cards, guess what? They see the joker, and now you can take them out and proceed with the next trick. A little bit of a fun twist on the invisible deck and or turnover style trick. All this is a variation of the first trick that I ever learned in Magic, which was from Mark Wilson's Guide to Magic. And this trick is really easy. You could have them mix the deck. All you have to do is take the jokers and place them on the bottom. That's the first bit. That's of course only to do the optional bit at the end where you make the joker turn face up, which I think is a nice addition. Now you're going to spread through the cards and you're going to have them pick any card they want. In this case, let's say they touch this one. While they're looking at the card, you're going to do the sneaky move. The sneaky move is of course to check out the PigCake Magic Academy. Over 1,400 videos there ready to turn you from a beginner all the way to an expert level magician. You could get a free 7-day trial if you look at the link in the description section below. And if you're interested in this sort of stuff, you could check out my brand new set of lecture notes, which are also linked in the description section below. It's a conglomerate of moves, ideas, essays, and routines that I'm sure you're going to enjoy. Now, while the participant is looking at the card and showing it around, you're going to turn away because you don't want to see their card. Really, it's so you can do the sneaky move. This is the sneaky move. You're going to take the bottom card, you're going to turn it to a face-up position, and then you're going to turn the entire deck to a face-up position. Now, technically, it still looks face down because of this card, but the cards are face up. And this is very simply and quickly done just like this. It takes a half a second, and you have the cards ready for the trick. Now, at this point, their card goes in the middle of the deck. If you are using a marked deck like this one, you could take this opportunity to read the marking. This is going to be important later on if you want, but if not, just place that card somewhere in the middle of the deck, and of course, it's going face down in a face-up deck. At this point, you just take it and place it inside of the card box, remembering which side is which, and you can hand this to the participant and have them imagine their card turning over. Now, if you peeked at their card, at this point, you could start to reveal certain things of their card. So you could say, I'm getting the impression that this is a red card. Yes, a diamond. Wonderful. Keep imagining this card and see it turning over in the deck. And what you're getting is a nice impromptu method of doing an invisible deck style trick. Because at this point, you could take the deck, you could open it up, and of course, I'm opening it up with the cards so that the face down end is towards the participant. And now you could either spread the cards like this, of course hiding this joker. You could spread the cards like this until you get to the first face down card and show it to the participant like this. You could spread the cards down like this and show the actual card to have turned face up. Or if you're feeling very ballsy, what you could do is you could hand the deck to the participant and tell them to slowly spread them in their hands. So now they're going to see that card in the deck. But you're going to have to manage them because you don't want them spreading all the way and seeing this face down joker. Now, if you are spreading the cards in your hand, you could do this wonderful extra bit where now you could spread through the cards and cut them at this point. So you could show the card to the participant and say, of course, your imagination came true. But what you've done now is that you've cut that joker that's face up into the deck. So now you could turn to the participant, and after all the effect has died down, you could say, I'll tell you what, let's try this one more time. We don't need the jokers for the next trick. So could you just imagine the jokers turning face up in the deck? And now it's the exact same thing, but as a bonus, you can now spread through the cards, take out the joker, remove it, and get into the next trick. And what I like about this is that you're using the magic as an actual functional thing because you don't need the jokers. So how else would you find the jokers other than showing them that they could use it for a functional purpose? Now, another idea that you could do is that if you want, this card could be a force card. So if you have it face down in the bottom of the deck, you could do a psychological force, make them pick this card through many means that are available. And now you have an additional bonus to this invisible deck style trick. Look at the amount of virginity you've gotten from just a simple card trick. Of course, I urge you to check out the lecture notes linked below. It's going to be the first of many. The next one so far is looking like an actual ebook, an entire book's length worth of content. This one was a set of lecture notes because this is the lecture that I would perform if given the opportunity. But I think it's still a fun one to look at, especially if you want to sharp and refine your virginity. Some advice at the end of the video. These are cough drops. I guess I've been taking these every once in a while just because I'm always having nasal issues. I'm having a hard time breathing. Just even that alone is still a pretty rough time. So this really opens up those passages. I've also heard peppermint oil works pretty well. You pour it down your throat and you have a nice little bit of that that's much needed every once in a while. Although one thing about these that I've learned is that if you have more than you're supposed to, it actually acts as a diuretic. So you essentially poo-poo your pants from consuming too many of these. So you don't want to do that necessarily. Although this is the Target brand. The original one, Vicks Severe Vapor Cool, it's like 12 bucks. This is $2. It's the same thing. Has to be regulated by the FDA and whatever it is. But I don't understand how. What is it that's actually in here that makes it so much cheaper?
I see you again. When 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 I see you again.